So before the show opened, I had a conversation with Rich Bays of Cisco, and he and I were chatting about what Cisco's keynote was going to be like, Cisco's key themes, their big announcements from the show. Take a listen, and I think it's a good conversation you'll enjoy, especially the behind-the-scenes aspect of it as they're building the booths around us. Rich, good to see you.
Likewise, David. Good to see you.
How was your travel into Las Vegas?
Actually, much better than last time. Pretty uneventful, but long from Norway.
And you still had room problems, right? Last time you didn't have a room. This time you had a room and somebody was in it already.
Yeah, but that got all sorted out. But yes,
if they could have done demos, you could have just gone home. So we're behind the scenes. This is what the Cisco booth looks like the day before the show opens. It's unbelievable, and this is not just Cisco, this is everybody. It's unbelievable how much work gets done this last day. The difference between Las Vegas and Orlando, and InfoComm moves back and forth, is that in Orlando, the bay doors are open and the humidity is just pervasive. It's actually cooler here now, even though the bay doors are open. They do a really good job of air conditioning.
Oh yeah, it's much cooler here than outside at the moment, yes, for sure.
This week, we're here, the temperature in Fahrenheit is not going under 3 digits.
Oh no, I think it's 109 today. It's crazy.
It's just crazy. But anyway, the booth is being assembled. Tell me about the things that we're going to see if we come in and walk in the booth. What are we going to see?
Yeah, so I think this year, really awesome. Our booth is really built around this meeting space behind us here. So you can come in here and you get a great experience demo of our latest generation Codec Pro G2.
Right.
With our Sling Microphone Pro, our new Room Vision P2 camera, that full cinematic experience. So you're going to be able to come and experience that live on the booth and get that full-fledged, which is something we haven't done at InfoComm before.
Right. We've seen it before at other shows, but it's the first time it's
Yes,
InfoComm
we're bringing a full meeting experience onto the booth. And then around the booth, we have some new announcements and some new features as well. So one thing we announced like 2 weeks ago at Cisco Live, just here in Vegas 2 weeks ago, we announced a new Board Pro G3, which is our latest generation of the all-in-one board series. We have that on the booth and we're showing that off here. That also comes with the latest and greatest NVIDIA and Cisco chipset.
Why is it better than the Board G2?
It has the ability now to extend our AV over IP platform. So bringing this new chipset, we're now able to extend with more microphones, more cameras. We can bring the cinematic experiences to more spaces. The all-in-one allows us for deployment at scale, at speed. So a lot of customers who deploy this, they deploy it pervasively because they want that simple experience that can scale across hundreds of rooms at the same time. But also now we're able to unlock new workloads. For example, with the Advisor, we can do more AI compute power than before. So we're really future-proofed for the agentic workplace and how we can power those experiences. And you'll hear more about the agentic workplace at our keynote in 2 days from now.
Right. It's Espen who was going to be with us, but his plane was delayed, so you're covering for everybody. So the key messaging there for me is that while the board is better, it's more powerful, latest generation chipset, everything else, it's really now part of this IP connectivity that you didn't really have before, where your microphones, your cameras, your peripherals, everything can now connect on the network. You don't need analog, you don't need baseband, you don't need third parties. You're providing all the gear.
Correct, and I think that's the big change with the all-in-one now, is that we've had this already on the Kit Pro G2. We've had it on the Room Bar Pro. So all these integrator codecs with bars and codecs, you can bring this AV over IP infrastructure. Now you can do it for an all-in-one. So you can deploy a Board Pro G3, but connect multiple Sling Mic Pros, multiple cameras, and you can make that really easy with one cable. You don't need to actually add an additional port to support a switch to extend the ports on that.
All right, so if I'm a Cisco WebEx user, I'm going to buy the Board Pro G3, and I'm going to use WebEx right on the board, and it's going to be great. And if I'm a Microsoft Teams user, and I want to have this set up on Microsoft Teams, I load in the Teams software that you have running on MDEP in the shell, and I'm able to use Microsoft Teams on it in the native experience. But what if I'm a Zoom user, and I know last year you announced that I could do Zoom meetings, but when I'm not in Zoom meetings, I'm in your setup, right?
So that's the other announcement we're making at this show. So currently we're about to announce it tomorrow morning, as the Zoom Rooms is going to be available on Cisco hardware. So last year we announced the ability to run Zoom meetings natively on our hardware from the Cisco Rooms experience. Now we have the ability for customers to deploy the device in a Zoom's Room application mode. And that really allows to bring that Zoom home screen and all the Zoom features as well. So this device will support that. as well as our current portfolio, the RoomKit Pro G2, the Desk Pro G2, the Room Bar, the Room Bar Pro, etc.
So it's future-proofing from a lot of different angles.
Yes.
It's future-proofing from connectivity, it's future-proofing from processing power and AI and agentic workflow, and it's future-proofing from if I choose to use a different platform, I still get the same platform experience. I don't have to go out and buy more hardware.
And that's really, I think, like what we're trying to talk about here is that one device on any platform without compromise. You should be able to run your workplace and have the same consistent experience regardless of what application platform you run underneath. And that's where Room OS really comes to life in terms of what we can do with the power of. For example, Zoom customers will experience the same benefits we get from Microsoft or WebEx customers. ThousandEyes support, Workspace Advisor, the ability for Control Hub to really, scale management. So like those are things that are built on Room OS that really now scale across. And you've noticed we've now come to market quite rapidly with these announcements. We've brought out 3 new hardware devices this year. We're bringing out Zoom Room support. We support MDEP now across 3 devices already. And so we're moving quite fast innovation here, and that's built on the foundation of Room OS.
So I'm sure I could get the features we're talking about, interoperability, compatibility on other companies' products, but I wouldn't be able to get it with the Cisco infrastructure, the Cisco management, the security that's not bolted on, it's built into the network.
Exactly, and I think that's important now in today's workplace aspect. We're no longer just deploying a meeting application. Room is just not about video, it's about how do I bring a whole workplace experience around that? How do I make sure I can bring AI in the future for any workload to the meeting rooms? How can I secure that AI? How do I make sure that that we have the ability to control and governance that? And that's where Cisco comes in with the network layer, the security layer, and to bring that to the collaboration portfolio is part of our differentiation.
So I give a lot of kudos to the team at Cisco and Cisco WebEx. They are now building some of the most agnostic endpoints in the world. You can do Microsoft Teams calls on them. You can now have full Zoom Room experiences on them, not just Zoom meetings, but Zoom Rooms. Obviously WebEx, they're doing some really amazing things there. And I think that's one of the reasons why people are picking their hardware above most of the other ones that are out there.